I told you. I told you Ultra Magnus was going to be the badass Autobot they desperately need right now. God, I am so freaking hyped right now after reading this latest Transformers issue. What's up everyone, James here, and we return to Skybound's Transformers. Let's roll out together into this issue, but before we do, make sure to hit that like button. So this issue picks up with Shredhead teleporting in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, where the Decepticons' Nemesis space bridge used to be. They look at Cliffjumper's image of Carly and immediately head out to find her. In Chicago, we see the city has gone to hell. Starscream is attacking the Autobots and the military. He informs Megatron that he's found them. The Autobots are doing their best to escort the humans in the city to safety. Arcee suggests to Wheeljack they get some distance between them and the humans because the Decepticons are coming for Optimus. Wheeljack thinks he's found the perfect place and tells all the Autobots they'll make their final stand there. Starscream meets with Megatron, who is pissed with him. Megatron grips his face and tells him they've been quietly hunting the Autobots for a week, and in one moment, he ruined any plans of a surprise attack. Soundwave reports to Megatron that they've completely wiped out the military defending the city and suggests they kill innocents to wreck the Autobots' morale. God, my boy Soundwave can be evil sometimes. Megatron says they already know their cause is hopeless. It is now time for Optimus's most necessary lesson. All forces, move in. Meanwhile, Optimus's spirit, or maybe I should say spark, is still within the matrix of leadership. As he walks throughout the Hall of the Primes, he admires all the monuments of the previous Primes. He speaks to the Matrix, telling it that the stories of its wisdom have been passed down for generations, and asks for its help. He approaches this one monument and sees it's infected with these purple tendrils. This infection then goes after him. He whips out his Energon axe trying to defend himself from the tendrils, but they're still able to get a hold of him, and it fills him with visions of the baby and it being consumed by wires and some evil being holding it. Out of nowhere, Sparky shows up, and the infection leaves Optimus. Sparky tells Optimus to roll out and follow his lead. So as we all surmised, Sparky's spirit lives within the Matrix of Leadership. Returning to the Autobots, they've retreated into the Adler Planetarium as the Decepticons are beginning their bombardment on their position. Wheeljack tells Optimus's unconscious body that he made him a new arm, but he's unsure if it'll work, if he even wakes up. Wheeljack falls into despair, and Air Raid says to the Aerobots, "This might be the end, dear brothers." The Autobots believe that this is the end for them because they have no way out of this, and they're outnumbered and outgunned. Now we get this awesome heartfelt moment where Dr. Lyle approaches Wheeljack and tells him that all the refugees they've saved from Tacoma and Washington want to pay their respects to Optimus before the end. Each one of them, from entire families to individuals, tells Optimus's comatose body how they thought they were going to die, but he saved them. A voice interrupts saying, "You rescued me," which turns out to be Carly. Her and Ultra Magnus have arrived. This is where it gets epic. Magnus then speaks to Optimus's body and says, "Ever since I knew of Optimus, I wanted to be just like him, but that was always impossible. I am strong on the outside, but on the inside, I don't know how to be strong. I don't know how to be a leader. I don't know how to be brave. But I know how to die. I can die for his dream of a better world for all of us, including those who are small." Ultra Magnus whips out his sword and blaster and continues, "We can all die, protecting the one who has been strong for us for so many years. For Optimus Prime." Ultra Magnus rallies and boosts the morale of the Autobots as they chant, "Prime, Prime, Prime." He leads them to confront the Decepticons. Both factions meet on the battlefield and they charge toward each other. This battle is absolutely insane. We just get an image of them going back and forth. What I truly love about this is Ultra Magnus is being redeemed on two fronts. Danny Warren Johnson is redeeming him in this series because, as we know, during the Great War, Ultra Magnus was a badass Autobot who saved Arcee after her clan was killed and took her under his wing as his Iron Apprentice. Then at some point during the war, he was captured and tortured for 150 years by Shockwave. When Elita 1 went to rescue him, he was nothing but a skeletal structure. After being restored during the Autobots' battle with the Decepticons in the Pacific Ocean, he fled the battle when he saw Shockwave. He couldn't handle seeing the bot that caused him so much trauma. However, we see he's finally overcome his trauma through his conversations with Carly and Doc, because he realized his love for the people he cares about and that care about him is bigger than his trauma. The second way I feel like Danny Warren Johnson is redeeming him is in Transformers the movie. When Optimus was dying, he passed the matrix of leadership to Magnus, and he became the new leader of the Autobots. As we know, that didn't turn out well for Ultra Magnus. But Danny Warren Johnson is showing us that this Energon universe, Ultra Magnus, would definitely be a worthy wielder of the Matrix and leader of the Autobots. Now, we return to within the Matrix. Optimus asks Sparky how long he's been here. Sparky answers that he doesn't know, that he only remembers waking up and immediately seeing him getting attacked. Suddenly, the tendrils reach them and wrap around Optimus again, but this time, he sees visions of Bumblebee's body after being destroyed by Starscream. When Sparky grabs Optimus' steering wheel and steers hard in order to detangle him from the tendrils, the vision shifts to one of Sparky's memories playing catch with Spike. Sparky tells Optimus that his visions are a mixture of their memories. When Optimus mentions he wants to see what the Primes have to show him because it could be a way to fix him, Sparky points out that the infection has taken every part of the Matrix, except for him, and that's when they both come across a statue in the Hall of Primes of Sparky. He's confused as to how this is possible, and even Optimus says, "Your guess is as good as mine." I guess we can safely say that the Matrix of Leadership considers Sparky a Prime, or at the very least it thinks that he possesses the qualities that a Prime should possess. My theory as to why the Anti-Matrix hasn't infected him is that he's an anomaly. It's probably never encountered human life before, and likely only infects mechanical life. Back on Earth, the Autobots are getting beaten back badly. Jazz and Arcee are down for the count. Ultra Magnus is literally holding Trailbreaker's body, firing at the Decepticons while telling the Autobots that the Decepticons are breaking through the front lines. He says, "Don't let them get to Optimus." Superion gets blasted by Starscream, who heads into the planetarium, disobeying Megatron's command to wait, and reaches Optimus's body. He says Optimus's reign of terror has gone on long enough. Carly covers Spike's body and says, "I'm not going anywhere." She's ready to die with Spike. Starscream fires, and Beachcomber jumps in front of Starscream's blast. Carly checks on Beachcomber. Beachcomber tries to reassure her and says, "I'm alright. I'd rather be protecting you over hurting someone else." Starscream proceeds to fire again at Beachcomber, killing him right on the spot. The peaceful Autobot falls. In the Matrix, Optimus and Sparky enter Sparky's monument. They discover a portal shaped like the core of the Matrix with Spike's body halfway through it. Optimus says, "He's tethering me to you now. I never would have been able to find this place without him. He tried to sacrifice himself for me, just like you did." So this confirms what I said in the last video, that since Optimus hasn't been able to connect to the Matrix himself due to the infection, Spike is acting as that connection between him and the Matrix. Sparky puts Spike's hand to his face and says, "Oh Spike, my boy." At the same time, Optimus thinks of all the sons he lost or failed. We see him holding the hands of Bumblebee, Jetfire, and Ratchet. Sparky says to Optimus, "This infection, it wants to take you away from yourself. It wants you to give up, to put walls up, just like I did. But I'm not that way anymore. Thanks to you, Optimus. Let me save you now." Sparky pushes Spike's body back through the portal, and a huge wave of energy is unleashed around them. As this energy from the Matrix is destroying the infection, Sparky says to Optimus Prime, "Promise me he won't be alone. Promise me you'll take care of him." Optimus replies, "With every fiber of my being, Sparky, I promise." Back in the real world, Starscream is about to destroy Optimus's body, until out of nowhere, Megatron pip slaps the hell out of him while saying, "Incompetent fool, I told you to wait. I have deeper plans than vapid one-note violence." He then points his fusion cannon at the refugees and says, "These humans, however, they can be disposed." Suddenly, a voice interrupts him, yelling, "Megatron!" Optimus Prime has awakened. He says, "These people, this planet, they are under my protection." When Starscream says, "Megatron, stand clear, we shall ruin him," Megatron, grinning, says, "No, this is between me and him." He removes his fusion cannon. Optimus says, "One shall stand, one shall fall." And the greatest of the Transformers begin their battle. Dear God, this might be my new favorite issue. Ultra Magnus redeems himself in a badass, awesome way. Optimus sees Sparky. The Autobots and Decepticons went head to head, and Megatron gives Optimus a fair fight. The next issue is the end of Daniel Warren Johnson's run, and one shall stand, one shall fall. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Listen, 76% of you haven't subscribed yet. When we reach 20K in subscribers, I plan on doing a giveaway, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can be a part of it. Or if you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure you hit that follow button and head to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to check out the latest Void Rivals video to see what's currently going on in space in the Energon universe. Or if you like Beast Wars, check out my latest on that. Other than that, have an awesome day, and always remember every day to go beyond.